Davidson and the Pelicans moving forward, Shams. What is your sense of how attached to Zion the Pelicans are right now?
The Pelicans learned last year that you can build around Zion Williamson. The struggle, though, is to keep him healthy. I'm told that the Pelicans are really happy about the way Zion Williamson showed last year that he can be on the court. And the Pelicans, I'm told, really believe in Zion Williamson. But there's really no way to find equal talent if they were to ever look to trade him. So the Pelicans have to wait it out and see how they can continue to compete in the West with Zion Williamson.
Quickly, do you think they have enough around him? Do you like the parts around Williamson?
I do. The biggest thing in New Orleans, though, is staying healthy. If we see a healthy group, a healthy Zion Williamson for the entire run of the playoffs, that's what everyone, not only in New Orleans, but the basketball world wants to see.
And now the Golden State Warriors starters. Up front, it's Green at the 4 with Jackson Davis at the 5. Some kind of shooting in the backcourt for him. It's Curry and Hield. And it's Butler in at the 3, the small forward. Hey, Shams, we know you've reported on so many big trades that did happen. Were there ever a few that were close to happening but may have fallen apart at the 11th hour?
I always wait until things are 100% confirmed, but listen, there's always a trade or two that's viewed as done but just does not happen, whether it's sours, whether something falls apart. There's always one deal or two that falls apart at the trade deadline or in the offseason. But I try to wait as best I can and make sure that when I report, it is confirmed.
Outstanding.
We don't talk much about Curry's athleticism. Some of that has to do with his conditioning, but he's gotten stronger. He's more creative with that dribble, and he's got that burst.
The Warriors pull it in. Just a tremendous run right now for them. 12 straight wins.
Well, it's been impressive, and the question now really is who's going to figure out a way to stop this crew? Each time out, they're finding new ways to win. That is dangerous for your opponent. Really, a myriad of ways in which they're coming at you.
Well, expansion is coming, Shams. Is the league ready, in your estimation, for some more cities and new teams?
The NBA seems to be ready. I think I'm ready. Kevin, are you ready? Because the last expansion was, what, 20 years ago? That's the longest wait for this league since it began. And so I think Adam Silver and this league are going to take their time and really figure out exactly where they want to expand to. But the question is, Kevin, are you ready?
I am always ready. I know the league is looking even overseas or even maybe south of the border for a possible new entrant. But the league has got so much talent on the bottom half of these rosters. I definitely think it's time.
And there's a great appetite, a great desire for a lot of these cities, not only in the States, but also abroad, like you said, to go bring in an NBA team to their city and bring some of the talent, the marquee names to their city.
Oh, it'll be terrific. And a little over 2.5 minutes gone here in the first. Here's Murray. It's hauled in by Jackson Davis. On offense, here are the Warriors. Stringing it together. They've got an 11-2 run going. Shots good by Butler.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
Now let's send it over to David Aldridge, who was able to talk with head coach Willie Green.
And we talked about facing off against Jimmy Butler. The coach said, you have to compete. No one in the league plays harder than Jimmy. He's a guy who gives his all on both ends, so you can't take one possession off. Jimmy Butler, truly a two-way star. Guys?
All right, David, thanks. And we're approaching about 3.5 minutes played in the first quarter.
Some verticality out there from DeJounte Murray as he rises up.
Warriors leading by 6. Here's Curry. 6 points for him. Green with a screen on Murray. Here's Curry, and he banks in the layup. Curry's got 8 points.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth, physical basketball, guys.
Murray down low. Curry meets him. Pass to Olynyk. New Orleans moving the ball around. Lock at 6. McCollum, no good. The Warriors have gone 7 of 9 from the field. A really nice start offensively for them. Now Jackson Davis. Olynyk is covering. Shoots the 3. And there's Stephen Curry on the assist by Hield. 11 points in the game.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
A 3 from McCollum. It's hauled in by Jackson Davis. Jackson Davis has got 5 rebounds tonight. 6-second difference between shot and game clock. The kick outside to Butler. Pass to Hield. Here's Jackson Davis. And New Orleans pushing it up now. And the basket by McCollum.
One of the more skilled offensive players that is on the floor here tonight. Not an easy fella to hold in check.
Green with a screen on Murray. And he got that one up in time, but doesn't go in. It's been all about Stephen Curry for the Golden State Warriors. He comes away with 11 points in the... And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. What do you guys think about the Warriors here so far?
I mean, the rebounding was the difference in that first period. You've got to block these guys out.
Yeah, rebounding can also be just about will, and they showed some of that in going in there and collecting some boards.
So on the floor for Golden State to begin the second quarter. In the backcourt, we'll see Curry and Podziemski. Gary Payton II is out there with Jonathan Kuminga. And it's Post in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Back to Kuminga. From deep. Curry from 3.
Go ahead and frame that. That's Steph Curry, the best to ever do it. It's art.
Curry with the steal. Wide open look. Offensive rebound. Payton kicks to Curry. From downtown, Messi grabs the rebound.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
And Charms, I've always wondered, watching you, reading you, when did you first fall in love with the NBA? And when did you decide to cover it?
Really, when I was around 10, 11 years old, I grew up in Chicago right as the Bulls dynasty was starting. I wasn't quite old enough, but I was old enough to see some of those scrappy Bulls teams in the mid-2000s. And basketball was always a part of the national discourse, but also part of my life playing it, and then now being someone that's able to inform the audience and the public.
You know what? I'm looking up and down this table. I think we all feel the exact same thing. Olynyk is checked in for the Pelicans. DeJounte Murray comes in for Jose Alvarado. Trace Jackson Davis is checked in for the Warriors. Buddy Hield comes in for Brandon Podziemski. Jones the pass to Williamson. The rebound by Hield.
There's a little bit of pressure on him, but not enough to cause him to miss a shot that's in that close.
Jackson Davis finds Hield. Out to Payton. Back to Hield. Kuminga the pass to Curry. Kuminga with it. Lets it go from deep. Curry, laser-guided shot from deep range. Hey, Shams, I know you're connected throughout the NBA into a lot of front offices, but have you ever thought about maybe shifting gears a little bit and working for a team?
There is always intrigue into something like that, Kevin, but I've seen how tough the environment can be, and honestly, it is really much more fun to be talking to you on this side of the media world and the media equation of the NBA. But listen, there's always intrigue with the front office.
And a lot of opportunities. I know you're looked at, but thank you for your honesty in that.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Here's Jones. Outside for Murray. And it goes out of bounds. That one off Hield. And here's the upcoming schedule for New Orleans. On Monday, they'll begin a road trip starting in Indiana, going up against the Pacers. And then on Wednesday, they'll head home and take on the Toronto Raptors.
And Kevin, things could get ugly for this team during this road stretch. They just haven't had the same focus nor execution that we've seen from them when they're at home.
Looking who's out there now for the Pelicans. Boston's checked in, and it's C.J. McCollum in for Bruce Brown.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that.
Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, the Pelicans are putting the ball in Zion Williamson's hands. He said, I'm just playing chess within the game, seeing how the defense is guarding me. I'm going to pick my spots. My teammates trust me to make the right decision, but they also trust me to be me when that time is right. Kevin, I'll let you be you.
And I love when you are you, David. Thank you so much. New Orleans making a switch here. Jones is checked in. Then for the Warriors, Draymond Green. He's checked in for Kuminga. Jimmy Butler comes in for Gary Payton. And it's Brandon Pajemski in for Stephen Curry. Outside Butler. Fires for three. It's rebounded by New Orleans. And Shams, what an absolute delight it has been having you courtside with all of us tonight. Thank you so much for taking time to join us. It has been a true pleasure.
Thanks so much for the invite. I can't wait to do it again sometime. I'm honored. I'm privileged.
Oh, we are going to hold you to that. Thank you again. Oh, wasn't that wonderful? Easy to see why Shams has so many sources around the game. He's so easy to talk to.
Yeah, it's all about relationships at the end of the day. When the conversations come easily, that suits his purpose as a reporter.
And Butler just taking that motion right through contact.
Pelicans trail by 14. And here's McCollum for three. Jimmy Butler comes up with the rebound.
Maybe there are ways to contribute that don't involve shooting the basketball. That's the best way that maybe he can help them out trying to win this game.
Banked in off the glass. Butler's got 4 points in the quarter.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
Here's Boston. And good that time.
Well, if you go to Lehigh, of course, you're going to make smart plays. McCollum good at sensing when his man was going to be wide open.
The shot and game clock separated by 4. Healed from outside. It's good for his second make. He's made 2 of 3 so far.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Get there. On the wing, Murray. He's defended by Pajemski. Murray, good. So it's the Warriors now. They are coming off that win against Atlanta.
I thought they had a solid game plan coming into that one, and then they made good adjustments along the way.
Well, the great thing about watching that game was that we saw it through their offense.
All right, thank you, David. And folks, don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start of quarter number 3.
They haven't played well on the road, and they're going to be on the road for a while. This is a huge test for their mentals. Do they rise to the challenge, or do they wilt under the...
And let's talk now about that first half. What a commanding start for Golden State.
Seems like they can't...
Thanks for joining us. Now let's...
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. Curry has been sensational.
Really impressed with the shot selection through the first half, just taking what he can get from the defense.
Yeah, I'm thinking back to the first half. I'm wondering, did he take a low percentage shot? Everything efficient.
In the guard spots, it'll be Murray and McCollum. Kelly Olynyk is out there with Williamson. And it's Boston in at the 3. So that's the group out there for New Orleans.
On the attack, Jimmy Butler playing with that edge.
Now McCollum and Jimmy Butler put together, Brent, one of the all-time playoff runs, leading the Heat to the finals in 2023.
Yeah, you don't want to live in or dwell on the past, but man, Miami being the 8th seed that year, Kevin, and with Jimmy putting up 38 a game in that first round against the Bucks. Guy earned the MVP of the Eastern Conference Finals. What a run.
Pelicans trail by 17. Here's Boston. He's a good contributor to his team, averaging about 10.5 points a game.
It's a great move, and he catches the defense completely off guard.
Well, just ripping through right there as he finds the open spot and gets right through there. High basketball IQ play.
Curry dishes to Butler. From past the arc, and there's Stephen Curry on the assist by Butler. Butler's got his 3rd assist on the night.
Sweet to be a difference maker in the game, and he's been a great option for them on these possessions.
And timeout called by Willie Green. He wants a minute here to get things straightened out with his team. Now let's take a look at some of the numbers for DeJounte Murray.
And the biggest takeaway when you look at his numbers is how good his three-point shooting has been the past 5 games. He's finding the open spots on the perimeter, and when he's getting good looks, boy, he is not missing.
Green with the block.
No matter what night it is, Green seeks to intimidate and more often than not succeeds.
Tipped away. Pass to Butler. Back to Green. It's Curry outside. And another 3 for Golden State.
They're doing work here in the second half. 3 or 4 to start.
Pelicans trail by 21. Murray outside. Olynyk, a screen on Curry. Here's Murray. It's hauled in by Jackson Davis. Jackson Davis has got 9 rebounds in the game, getting it done. Butler finds Curry. Fires from deep. And the rebound goes to the Pelicans. Next game, they'll take on the Pacers in Indianapolis at Gainbridge Fieldhouse. That will be a getaway game for them, a 1-game road trip. New Orleans moving it around. Olynyk against Curry. 5 on the clock. Here's Boston. His three-pointer's off the mark. Warriors leading by 21. And Brent, the Pelicans swept in the first round last year by the Thunder. And that Zion injury was very unfortunate and very untimely.
Oh, man, that was crushing. Williamson had 40 points in that play-in game, playing his best basketball, and then hurt very late in that contest. They really missed him, obviously, against OKC, and just bad luck for New Orleans last year. This has not been a good quarter right here. Shot has been off the mark, and now it looks, Kevin, like he's pressing a bit.
Here's Curry with the 3. Nailed from three-point land. Curry's got 9 points now in just the second half.
And perimeter scoring, I have to imagine it was a topic of discussion at halftime.
Maybe trying to find a little bit more space and ball movement to get guys open at the three-point line.
Some changes for Golden State. Jonathan Kuminga, he's checked in for Trace Jackson Davis. Payton comes in for Green, and it's Brandon Pajemski in for Stephen Curry. Here's Jones, takes it inside.
In attack mode, Jones going right to the hoop.
The Warriors have gone 5 of 7 from the field in the third quarter. Let's see if they can keep it up. Here's Butler, and he drops in the layup off the glass. Butler's got 14 points.
And after really leaning on that three-point shot in the first half, seeming like they're just getting away from it here in the second. More of the shots coming from the interior.
Brown outside. McCollum outside. Brown the pass to McCollum. The shot's good. Brown making the play. He's got 7.
Above everything else, McCollum is a scorer first. Even when there's contact, he'll find a way to finish.
Pass to Hield. Back to Payton. Here's Pajemski. Off target from three-point range. And so it's McCollum. He'll bring it up for the Pelicans. 2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. To the middle. Here's Misi. And that one is stuffed right through.
That's nice vision there. You see that pass, you make the feed before the defense has a chance to react, and that opens up a much better opportunity to score.
Now here's Butler. Got it up. And he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall. And so it's the Golden State Warriors holding a 22-point lead as the... And a moment ago inside the huddle with head coach.
All right, great pace. Great hit.
And there have been 2 very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. So with Butler sitting on the bench, here's the group that Steve Kerr has on the floor. In the backcourt, we'll see Curry and Podziemski. Gary Payton II is out there with Jonathan Kuminga. And it's Moody in at the small forward position. Brown dishes to Williamson. That one falls. We know the 90s were a different era, Greg. Either win the game or win the fight. Remember that? Do you miss that physicality?
Well, I will say, Kevin, it made for some great stories, but I don't think we're missing much without all the extracurriculars. And I think we have a beautiful game now.
The kick out to Brown. Nice move. Curry with the rebound.
Yeah, better than giving up the layup. You want to go in there and use the hard foul. They did it there. That's aggressive attitude defensively.
And again, it's the Warriors missing. Pelicans trail by 20. It's Jones on the wing. Defended by Kuminga. Here's Williamson. The Warriors pull it in.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
And a bit of a battle here for the ball. The official signals a jump ball here. Brent, of all the things I could ask you, I've thought about this one. What would you say is the most important thing a team has to do to be an NBA champion?
Kevin, it's pretty simple. Accept your role. And when that happens, stars will be stars, and role players will be there to support the stars in any way they possibly can. But to accept your role and to sacrifice for the good of the team, it's going to give you a chance to hold that trophy.
Williamson left side. Second chance effort. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
When you look around the league, how many guys would love to have half of Zion's talent? Those natural gifts are undeniable.
When Zion came into the NBA, Brent, he was seen as a defensive liability. But, boy, has he made strides on that end of the floor.
Well, Kevin, consistency of being on the floor can help you with your offense, but we don't often talk about the learnings that come with being on the floor often defensively. Making reads, understanding your opponents better. And I think Zion has suffered from those injuries taking away his opportunities to become a better defender. We're seeing that improvement now.
For New Orleans, they've gone 1 of 4 since the end of the third quarter. Williamson with a screen from McCollum. And again, New Orleans has no luck.
Well, that's not a shot he's ever going to pass up, and he shouldn't. Despite the miss, no defender anywhere near him. He's got to shoot that one.
Curry kicks to Green. Jimmy Butler just seems to raise his game come playoff time, Brent. It is a thing of beauty.
It's pretty awesome to see that kind of confidence where a guy just lays in the weeds for a little while and then in the biggest moments comes in and stands out. So that's not always just about Jimmy Butler. It's about his team having that kind of confidence in how he performs in the biggest moments.
The Warriors making a switch here. Jonathan Kuminga. He's checked in for Trace Jackson-Davis. Gary Payton comes in for Green. Podziemski, he's checked in for Buddy Hield. And it's Elfrid Payton in for Stephen Curry.
Well, C.J. McCollum can score in a lot of ways. Coming off of screens, playing with the ball, spot-up three-point shooting. Just a variety of ways to produce.
Here's Butler, and it's Butler with the jam.
That's the guy they're going to keep going to, as they should. The lead's only going up if they keep feeding him.
Brent is a guy who has played with winning teams, been in terrific cultures, and currently in one with the Spurs. What do you think is more important, team culture or raw talent?
Well, I believe in the culture carrying teams to a championship, but you can't do that without talent. So it's got to be a blend of both, Kevin, in order for your team to perform at its highest level. Culture comes first. Nice to see Butler drain the three ball. This really opens up the rest of his game.
Well, for New Orleans, shooting in the fourth quarter, not pretty, down around 29%. The rebound by Payton. And here's Payton. He'll bring it up for the Golden State Warriors. They've only given up 5 points here in the fourth quarter.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout, big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for the Warriors.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, an all-around dominant performance. And you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
Yeah, there was a sense of that, and man, they just pretty much blew them right out of the water. A clinic was put on display here today.
And so this will now translate to 14 wins on the season.
And this will be their third win in 3 tries against these guys. They match up so well.
And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for Stephen Curry.
Now, this was a showcase night of his skills offensively.
Good on the three-point shot.
Tough part about defending Murray is he can beat you in so many ways. You'll want him to shoot threes, but right now, he's showing it all.
B.J. Boston, first personal foul, second team foul.
The free throw drops for Butler.
Butler gives you so much toughness and determination. This guy can really impact what the culture of your team is all about.
Justin Holiday's checked in for Elfrid Payton. Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. Murray down low. He's defended by Pajemski. Yep, that one goes in there.
And really scored most of their points, but he can't score them all, guys. He's going to have to get somebody else to step up.
And it's Butler missing. McCollum against Holiday. McCollum with the ball. So we see the Warriors taking the game here. And with that, they remain undefeated in group play.
And with just one group matchup left, it looks like we'll be seeing them in the next round of the NBA Cup.
And now let's go over to David Aldridge from the sideline for an interview with our player of the game. Hey, David.
Thanks very much, Jimmy. You were living at the line tonight. Is that the goal, or is it just getting downhill?
Just keep attacking, get to the line, and be the player that I am. You know, get everybody involved, guard a little bit, and just help us win.
Yeah, the spokes of the wheel were very tight tonight, man.
Thank you, David. And that about wraps it up. For Greg Anthony, Brett Barry, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching.